The best studio monitor speakers are essentially designed to reveal an accurate picture of the audio you're creating. This approach might uncover some flaws in your mixing technique or make you feel less accomplished. Still, this uncolored picture of your mix means you can make informed choices about what might need changing, confident that what you're hearing in your studio will translate to the methods of playback described above and beyond. Number 1. KRK Rokit RP7 G4. If you've ever stepped foot inside the studio domain of an electronic music producer, the chances are you're familiar with the famous yellow speaker cones of KRK. The Rokit series, now in its 4th generation, is the Gibson-owned brand's affordable near-field range and has a selection of neat features which make it worthy of note. For starters, the G4 range is among the first monitor series at this price bracket to include a graphic EQ function on the speaker itself. Inbuilt digital signal processing, DSP offers a suite of tools, including a room analyzer, to ensure the speaker's output compensates the space you're mixing in for any dead zones or sonic blind spots you may be unwittingly harboring. In our tests, the KRK Rokits came out on top as one of the best studio monitors for smaller studios, and for us, they are ideal for anything bass-heavy. Number 2. Focal Shape 65. Available in 40, 50, and 65 flavors, the latter of which we're reviewing here. The shades, from Focal, now sit between their budget-friendly Alpha series and the Solid 6B, another 6.52-way monitor in terms of price. Aesthetically, the shapes are an interesting departure from Focal's other designs. The main speaker cabinet is black painted and DF with a luxurious walnut veneer, appearing less studio spaceship and more high connoisseur. In fact, they look just as at home in a domestic cinema setup as in a production environment. Number 3. Genelec 8010A. At the smallest end of the Genelec 8000 bi-amplified monitor series is the 8010A. Though relatively light, 1.5 each, the 8010 are solid thanks to the die-cast aluminum enclosure, with metal driver grills to prevent damage in transit. Portability is key, with power and input sockets neatly tucked in at the rear. They come with tiltable isopod rubber stands attached, simultaneously taking care of axis angle and transmission reduction. They feature standard 8000 series mounting sockets for a variety of options, from truss hanging to floor stands. These are rear-ported, bass reflex enclosures, and just beneath the port is a recess housing 5 dip switches. 3 contra the low-frequency response, 2B and 4B bass tilt switch combined for 6B, and desktop control which dips 4B at 200 Hz. Number 4. Kali Audio in 8. Kali Audio's in range has its third driver placed coaxially around the 1-inch tweeter, rather than in between the woofer and tweeter, to help deliver a detailed soundstage. They also boast a front-firing port too, designed to cut down port chuffing while maintaining a tight low-end response. Kali says they are designed to be as easy to use as possible, so, for example, you get diagrams showing you various speaker setups and their corresponding DIP switch settings, and setting them up is a breeze. In our tests, we found that these big monitors packed a punch, producing a wall of sound. But after that initial impact, the detail shines through with layers of bass. For example, being distinguished where necessary rather than mudded out. That coaxial design helps deliver wide sweet spot and fantastic breadth, best suited to a bigger space, and their girth, power and physical size will be too much for many small studios. For anyone else, with a space less limited than their funds, we can think of no better speakers for this kind of money. Number 5. HEDD Audio Type 20. As a newcomer to the studio monitor marketplace, the Berlin-based HEDD Audio set up by XM Audio MD Klaus Heinz and his son Dr. Frederick Knopp is quickly gathering a buzz. The Type 20s have a sleek, futuristic, somewhat dinky look, but their cute size is in no way indicative of their sound. With a frequency response of 32 Hz to 50 Hz, their front-ported 3-way design, 7.2 woofer, 4 mid-range driver and 1 air motion transformer tweeter kicks out a scrumptious full-range presentation that completely blew us away. The best studio speakers out there right now. Number 6. IK Multimedia iLoud NTM. IK latest addition to its growing monitor range. The iLoud NTM are crammed with tech that belies their relatively low price point. The NTM bit refers to the Dippolito configuration, which, in this case, places a 1 tweeter in between two 3.5 mid-range woofers, with a bass reflex port around the back. Everything is DSP controlled and they can be calibrated to suit your room courtesy of IK proprietary R calibration system, which is built right into the speakers, and the measurement mic comes bundled as part of the package. The NTM are clinical and brutally honest and take imaging to a level that we'd expect to hear from monitors costing 3 times as much. So mid/high details that previously went unnoticed become perfectly audible, making corrective targeting of individual elements within the mix almost supernaturally easy. Low-end solidity and control are remarkable for a speaker of this size, too, and they never really seem to get fatiguing. Number 7. Yamaha HS5. The famous story about the old Yamaha Instant Studio monitors was that they were chosen not because they sounded great, but because they didn't. The theory being that if you could mix a track to sound good on them, you could be confident it would sound good anywhere. Of course, times have changed and even modern entry-level monitors will do a job, but the appeal of owning a piece of genuine studio history is strong. The Yamaha HS5 series are reference speakers which are built solely with mixing and monitoring in mind. There's no Bluetooth for graphic EQ, and room correction is basic at best. For sheer accuracy, however, they are hard to beat at this price range. Get your mix right on these and it'll sound fantastic anywhere. Number 8. M-Audio BX3 and BX4. From their famous Oxygen MIDI controllers, M-Track digital interfaces, and robust studio monitors, M-Audio is the go-to company for many budding producers looking for high-quality, affordable home studio products. The BX3 and BX4 are the latest offerings from M-Audio, and we feel they are a fantastic option if space is an issue. The compact 3.5, BX3 and 4.5, BX4 Kevlar LF drivers and one silk dome tweeter offer a surprisingly good bass response and precise high-end frequencies, especially considering the price. For us, these are perfect for the beginner producer. They are simple to set up, look great, and, most importantly, sound phenomenal. Number 9. Presonus Eris XT. Eris is Presonus' most traditional speaker range, and its latest update adds a distinctive EBM tweeter waveguide and elliptical boundary model design that delivers both a wide horizontal and narrow vertical dispersion. The horizontal width is very obvious, and we didn't struggle to find a sweet spot. Good news with larger monitors is you're likely to be further away, and handy for group listening or tracking situations. Extra controls around the back include input gain, mid-peak and high shelf EQ, low-cut filter, and a room correction option which curtails frequencies below 800 Hz and helps when the monitors are in corners or up close to walls. The tonal balance of the XT is pretty good, and we didn't initially feel the need to hit the EQ. However, having abbed with some other monitors, the mid sounded a bit restrained, and a small boost from the mid EQ, 1kHz, sorted this. The XT delivers the sort of scale one expects from slightly larger monitors, and, coupled with the broad sweet spot and extended bass, they are great for both tracking and mixing. Build quality is also excellent, and they also offer incredible value. Number 10. JBL One Series 104. The JBL One Series 104 is a compact monitor designed for portability and convenience. It features a rear-ported design to improve low-frequency extension. Audio inputs, volume control, and amp are all in one unit, and a cable then connects to the second speaker. RCA and 1/4 jack inputs can both be used together to connect two sources, and a 1/8 input on the front overrides rear connectors. We found these monitors to be very well made and durable. They come with a rubberized base, ideal for desktop positioning, although you might want to put them on the shelf or monitor stand for ear height. We did find the sweet spot pretty broad, both vertically and horizontally. The 104 produces a surprising amount of welly, delivering lots of punch. There's no onboard compensation EQ, but they work well about 12 inches forward of the rear wall. The speaker tuning also delivers plenty of mid-range, ideal for balancing critical lead instruments in a mix. Highs can be overpowering, but the frequency balance is good at both low and medium volume levels.